Hello everyone and welcome back to SAT Math Tutoring with Rin. Today is part 6, so question 23 to 25 of the first math module of the first practice test. So, today, as always, we're going to focus on how to get a perfect score on the SAT Math. So I hope this is helpful. So let's go to the first question. A certain town has an area of 4.36 square miles. What is the area in square yards of this town? Knowing 1 mile is equal to 1760 yards. Okay, so what they provide us is 4.36 squared miles. That is not the same as a regular mile. So what we first have to do is convert this conversion into square miles. So what I mean by that, we know that 1 mile equals 1760 yards, and a square mile is just 1 mile to the second power. So 1 mile to the second power is the same thing as a square mile. You know how you say something squared is literally the same thing as a squared mile. So 1 mile squared. So you have to square the other side as well. So 1760 also has to be squared. And then when you put that in the calculator, you will get quite a large number, but it's 3,097,600. Let me just put two commas there. So 3,097,600 is what you get when you do 1760 squared. So, and by the way, this is squared yards. So we were first able to convert the 1 mile into 1760 yards into square miles equals square yards. Now that we have the new conversion rate, we can actually use this and apply it to the 4.36 square miles. So you have 4.36 square miles, then you multiply it by this number, 3,097,600. So 3.0976 million. Wow, this is really slow. But anyways, once you plug that into the calculator, 4.36 times 3.0976 million, you would get D, 13,505,536 will be your answer. So first you change the conversion rate into squared to the power of 2. Then you will multiply what you get in squared yards by the original square mile. So 4.36 times the 3.0976 million, which will give you your answer D. Just like that. Okay, now let's go on to the next question, number 24. So for line H, the table shows 3 values of X and their corresponding values of Y. Line K is the result of translating line H down 5 units in the XY plane. What is the x-intercept of line K? So what we first want to do is find the original equation of line H. So in order to find the equation of line H, we will have to use this data provided, XY data provided. So what we should first do is find the slope using the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 formula. So we can just choose two random data sets in this data set and plug it in. So we can make 160 y2. And that means that x2 will be 23, the corresponding x value, right? Then you subtract it by y1. So we can make that 130. And then we can subtract the bottom by the corresponding x1 value, which is 18. So it'll be 160 minus 130 over 23 minus 18. This will give you your slope. So once you simplify this, you get 30 on the top over 5. That means the slope of line H is 6. So far what we have is y equals 6x plus b. So you know the y equals mx plus b formula, right? We replace the m, which represents the slope, with 6. Now we have to find b, which is the y-intercept value. We can do that by plugging in any of the three xy values into the equation. So what I mean by that, let's do 18 comma 130. So that means that y would be replaced with 130 equals 6 times 18, the corresponding x value, plus b. 6 times 18 is 108. And you have plus b. And on this side, you still have the original 130. Now you want to isolate the b. So you will subtract by 180 on both sides. This will cancel each other out. So that means that b is equal to positive 22. So that means that the equation of line H is y equals 6x plus 22. What they want us to do is, well, find the line the line k, right? So line k is the result of translating line H down 5 units. Translating is just a term to say move. So you're literally just moving line H down 5 spaces to get to line K. So if you're moving the entire equation down by 5, that means that the b value will decrease by 5. So your equation of line K is the same slope, but with a new y-intercept or a new b value, which is just 17, because 22 minus 5 is 17. So this is your new equation for line K. Now what they want us to do is find the x-intercept of line K. So the x-intercept is just a point on the line that intercepts with the x-axis. So that is just the value on the line that has a y value of 0. So you can just replace the y with 0 and solve for x to find out the x value of the x-intercept. So we can isolate the 6x by subtracting by 17 on both sides. So this will cancel out. So you're left with negative 17 equals 6x. Then you can divide by 6. Cross this out, and you're left with x equals -17 over 6. So this is the x value of the x-intercept. And when you look at your answer choices, the only one that has this x value is D. So your answer is D. Okay, so let's go on to the final question of this part of this video. So, in the xy plane, the graph of the equation y equals -x² plus 9x minus 100 intersects the line y equals c at exactly 1 point. What is the value of c? Okay, so when you do these kind of questions, it's first best to visualize what the lines look like. So I'm just going to draw a quick graph. This equation, y equals -x² plus 9x minus 100, is a parabola. So it's going to represent something like this. And the reason why it's facing down is because this -x² is negative. So it'll be facing down. If this was positive, it'll be facing up, but that's a different story. So now they want us to find the value of c of the line y equals c. So y equals c only intersects with the original equation at 1 point. And that 1 point can only be the vertex. That vertex is right here. Because, so this is the line right here, is line y equals c. This is y equals c, and this is the original parabola. So the only possible point that they could intersect is this red point right here called the vertex. If the y equals c line was too high, if it was a little bit higher, then it won't intersect at all. But if it was a little bit lower, it will intersect at 2 points instead of just one. The only place where it intersects at 1 point is called the vertex. And that is the maximum value of a negative parabola. So we have to find what this value is right here. So what can help is actually knowing this formula. X equals -b over 2a. This formula right here gives you the x value of the vertex. So -b is just -9, right? By the way, this is your b, right? This is your a, and this is your c. So your a of a parabola is the coefficient of the x squared. The b is the coefficient of the x, and c is the constant. So -b is -9. So 2 times a is -1. So that means that your x value of the vertex is -9 over -2, which is just 9 over 2. So that is the x value of the vertex. But we have to find the value of c. Now c is the y value of the vertex. So in order to find the y value, you have to plug in this x value back into the equation, back into the original equation. So you have y equals -9 over 2 squared plus 9 times 9 over 2 minus 100. You can just plug this into your calculator and it'll give you your answer. But just in case if you can't do that, let's just work it out. So 9 squared will give you 81 over 4. And this negative is on the outside, so it will not change. Plus 81 over 2. That's supposed to be a 2. So 81 over 2 minus 100. You want to simplify this further by finding the common denominator, which is 4. So this will stay the same, negative 81 over 4, plus you multiply by 2 on both sides, the top and bottom. So you're left with 162 over 4 minus 400 over 4. So once you simplify this, you'll get negative 319 over 4, which is your answer, C. So to recap, you first find the x value of the vertex, which is just x value of the vertex by using this formula, negative b over 2a. Once you find the x value of the vertex, you then plug it back into the original equation to find the y value of the vertex, which will be your final answer, C. Okay, so that will be it for today. I hope this was helpful. And if you're looking for private tutoring, I also offer that. The details are in the description, so let me know if you're interested. So that will be all for today, and the next video will be the final part of this specific module, the first math module of the first practice test. Once we finish this first math module, we will go to the second math module of the same practice test, and then we'll see from there. Well, thank you for your time, and I hope this was helpful. See ya.